Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of our live stream. Today, we're not going to be looking at Enigma mode. Instead, we're going to be playtesting some of Dhakhars' Heimdivers project. Now, this isn't completely open to the public yet, but if you want to stay up to date to everything and maybe get involved with some testing if you have Dhakhars' permissions, then you can by being in his Discord server. So if you want to get into that, all you have to do is go to Dhakhars' YouTube channel and then look at one of his recent videos, and you can find a link to his Discord there. Or you can look in the top of this description, except I wasn't smart enough to put it in ahead of time, so that's only going to be true for those of you who are listening to this later. Welcome, Zeal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I need to explain myself. Alright, so for those of you who've never done this kind of thing before, Heimdivers is an EWP project that Dhakhar has running on a server. So in this case, we use the Heimdivers client. But don't get confused, because this isn't all of Heimdivers. This is just a mod pack for people who are logging into Heimdivers to use. Okay? We all on the same page now? So you can search for this, what you see here. You can search for it in online in Thunderstore, but that's not going to allow you to play to actually play Heimdivers. Just to be clear, this isn't all of Heimdivers. It's just the package to use when you're joining it. Make sense? So now we'll actually just get started here. And basically, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing the tutorial, the very beginning of Heimdivers. And I want to kind of show off a little bit and talk about the scripting behind it. Because Dhakhar has loads of awesome scripting tricks. So let's make our new character here. I feel like this guy, he needs an afro. Or cornrows. Actually, cornrows, that's fine. That works. No, that's a mullet. Where's the cornrows? Neat braids. Wait, what is this? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna go with that one though. Oh, little mustache. Yeah, alright. That looks like a Heimdiver. Heimdiver JP. Yeah, here we go. That's a Heimdiver if I've ever seen one. Alright. So let's get started here. We're gonna join Dhakhars' test server. What's the password again? I vaguely recall. 1 second. 1 second, I think I remember. I once remembered a thing. He sent it to us. So I just have to go load it up real quick. So I apologize if I sound sleepy. I I stay up late on Thursdays to do maintenance and develop stuff for Enigma. And I stayed up till like 2:30. So you can probably hear it in my voice. Alright, let's see. What was it? Ah, yes, I remember now. I remember the password. Of course. Of course. Freedom, but with an L. I feel oddly inclined to watch the whole beginning tutorial. So for some reason, I've already done this, so I've read it and everything. But knowing that it's acting like it's normal Valheim, I'm imagining somebody join and they're expecting like normal Valheim, and they watch the whole tutorial, long ago, the old father Odin, etc., etc. The beginning to Valheim's pretty funny, to be honest. It's like, this is something I have not looked at this screen in so long. Like, I forget that it's the first thing that people experience. And then you see this and it's always raining. This is also something I forgot about. I remember when I made a server, I forgot that players could even do this, right? So if you skip the intro, your character just spawns in the start temple, and that's what a lot of people do. So it's really easy. Dhakhar didn't do this, but it's really easy to make a mistake where you just assume everyone skips the intro. So you make like a building or something in the start temple, but then the people who get dropped in by the Valkyrie get like dropped onto the roof or something. It's pretty funny. But just imagine this, right? I really want to play this trick on someone at some point. Like tell them it's vanilla Valheim, right? And then they join. And at first it's like this could be vanilla, right? But then you start seeing things and it's like, huh, what is that? How am I seeing that? I love how well pixelated it is too. If you look really close, you can almost see every little sign. Oh, look at this dude. The freaking pixelated Carapace helmet. Oh man, sorry. This video is probably gonna be a lot of me just geeking out and looking at basic simple things and not actually doing the tutorial. But this is it. You'll join Heimdivers, and at first it'll be normal. This looks kind of normal, right? There's definitely some things here. It's like, all right, what's going on here? You know, you're getting introduced. You can look at the map, and then if you look at the map, this is when it really goes nuts, because it's like, oh, okay, that looks like normal Valheim. Yeah, that looks normal. That look, oh, what? What is all of this? This is absolutely not normal Valheim. Right? Like, look at all these different things. Let's see. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 different alien biomes. And then there's one, like, starting area here. So, like, I wonder what, I feel like I gotta act like a normal Valheim player and do like everything except what I'm supposed to do in the project. If you actually watch players, like they basically always try and play Valheim, no matter how much you communicate with them that it's something different. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and build something first. Let's see. I need a hammer. So I need some more wood. What is this? 1? It's on building modifier 1? I get 1 per stone I find? I haven't played that way in so long. It's okay, it's okay. It's like, it feels wrong to join a Valheim world on a new character and not look on the ground for sticks and stones and do the opposite of what I'm supposed to do. You know, this is how you really play. All right. I'll find some sticks eventually, and then I'll get a hammer. Why isn't it updating my thing? It's weird. Haha, yeah, there we go. Now I got a hammer. Although, getting that 3 wood made me not want to get any more wood. I'm gonna go back to the tutorial now. On the off chance that maybe Dhakhar will give us some wood at some point in the tutorial. We'll see, we'll see. But for now, okay. So let's imagine we're actually like a player who's trying to follow instructions here. We got our cartography table. We're like, holy crap, the world's all crazy. There's a bunch of nonsense everywhere. So then what? Well, I guess if I'm a normal player, I would be like, hey, yo, that guy is kind of pointing somewhere. He's pointing over there. Sort of, that way. And if you look, there is actually something visual over there. So clearly, that's where we're supposed to go. But I want to see what this thing is. A data slate. You can say help diver at any time for contextual help. Okay. Say help diver. Ayo. I recognize help messages. Nice, nice. Welcome, by the way, Leo. One second. I could see your message for a moment, and then I alt-tabbed out of it. There we go, there we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Leo wait, I can do this. Leo Saturnino. Saturnino. There we go, Saturnino. I'm sorry. You can tell I'm sleep deprived, right? Everything's really funny to me right now. I don't know why. But welcome, Leo Saturnio 1785. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see some other friendly faces here. So we did our thing. He's pointing that way. So we're going to go over there. Now, obviously, because of the rain, we can't really see. So I can imagine some players just like running off in another direction. But they do have this. I don't know what the kind of blue thing is here. That looks kind of like a blue mushroom. But we got this intimidating kind of fortress kind of deal here. And already we have a Dhakhar specialty. No, how do I do it? What's it like in a restaurant? You know how a chef can have like a special a special dish. So I'm just laughing at my character's mustache. You know how in a restaurant, yeah, like a chef can have a special dish. What's that called, right? Their specialty. I feel like there's their technique. I don't know. There's a word that I'm missing. But this is like one of Dakhar's specialties, right? I already know it's gonna happen. This button is gonna make this door do something that it doesn't normally do. I mean, what even is this? It's not a door, you know. It's just a wall. But if we press this button, what the? Look at that! Isn't that crazy? If you want to see that, except imagine an entire animated trailer dedicated around that whole thing, then check out the Top Gun video Dhakhar made. Here's a video on YouTube that's all animations done with that trick that you just saw. It's basically like moving a piece over and over and over again so it looks like it's moving, right? So we're now in the little tutorial thing. We can see we got a bunch of feasts and food on the table here. Naturally, I gotta take all of it, of course. You don't have to worry, things respawn for the next person at some point, I assume. Otherwise, I just stole all the food. But I already know they respawn, so I'm not worried about it. Don't lecture me for being greedy. I was hungry. All right, so there's this little dude, and he's like, "Hey, yo." Okay, okay. We talk to the stone to talk to him, I guess. I'm General Branch. Okay, grizzled war hero. He's our trainer guy. All right, so he's like, "Hey, yo, do this. Go over here. Follow the big arrows." Oh, got some spikes there. All right, so I got to do a little jumpy. All right, not bad, not bad. I gotta do some jumping. If I couldn't jump, I wouldn't be able to get through there. That would have been tough. Ah, yeah, this is the one. This is what I did last time. So I got to this point, and then let's see. You talk to this guy, and then he's like, "Wow, you're a good jumper." Yeah, I jumped twice. And then he says to take the grenades and throw them into the vent above the gate. That is where I'm supposed to throw them. But every time you take the bombs off the table, more bombs show up on the table. So naturally, I want to throw them everywhere else. It actually does take some getting used to get used to the trajectory of throwing things in Valheim. Because it's not quite like you would expect, if that makes sense. You throw things in almost like a perfect arc, and you can throw things like really far sometimes. It's pretty funny. I have no idea what I'm throwing things at. I don't think the world modifier here has fire on though. So probably I could just chuckle these things over the edge and it doesn't really do anything. But what you're supposed to do is throw it into there. Yeah, and then you get some clunky clunk, and then look, I mean, the first try. That is nice. This is the point where I managed to get myself killed earlier. Yeah, I managed to die in the tutorial. But so let's talk to this guy. All right, and he'll be like, "Wow, you can throw things real far." Now he tells us about samples, right? Hey, Dhakhar, welcome, welcome. Welcome to your own training area. There's a bit of a lag, so you'll probably hear me respond to you like 20 seconds later. So now we're at the point where we look for the samples, and it looks like this is a recurring thing. So you'll notice later in Heimdivers that you get samples, and the samples have this like little symbol over them, and then when you collect them, you get like a special variant of the gems, right? So the jade is the common sample, and then this is probably going to be another common sample.